for the main controls for the table saw, we have the power and EStop over here. We have the rise and fall for the blade, so like that. Now when you're dropping the blade down, please make sure that you only go to below the surface like that. No need to go all the way to the extents because the mechanism inside has a few issues and it's just better if you don't. This thing here, when there's a handle on it, there's not one today, is the lock for the angle lock. And when you want to change the angle, you need to take the handle off, swap it over to the side here, onto the separate adapter, and then you can change the angle. So let's bring the blade up so you can see it. And then we'll change the angle over here. All the measurements and guides that you see on the saw, things like this, and all the rulers on fences and stuff like that, are all reasonably accurate. If you need to do like high precision stuff, we recommend that you double check and make your own verifications. But if you're rough cutting, these are all within a degree or a millimeter. Let's talk about a quick rule of thumb for blade height. When you're making cuts on the table saw, you don't need to have the blade fully up all the time. The quickest way to just figure out what you need to do is raise the blade until you have a full gullet over the material. A full gullet is over the material just there, and that's as high as you need to be to make a cut. Sometimes, depending on the material, you might find better results by going higher or lower, but that's a good starting point. Right here we have the start-stop, or the EStop for the saw. It's like any other one that you would see. If you flip this panel up, it's just two switches. Turning the saw on, green button. Turning the saw off, you just have to hit the big plastic thing. You don't need to lift it up and try and fondle underneath it. It's particularly good because you can hit it with your knee as you go past with the sliding table. So a lot of the time, in fact most of the time, I turn the saw off like this. Just hit it with my knee like that.